Hello and welcome to this video. I'm gonna try to attempt to name as many US cities as I can, and I have no idea how this is gonna go and how much I can remember. Hopefully I get all the big stuff, but I mean it's very easy to forget a city somewhere, so I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start with Alaska and then move my camp down there so it doesn't cover up any of the other states. But yeah, let's just start and see how it goes. So for Alaska we have Anchorage and Juneau and Skagway and Nome and Fairbanks, Utqiagvik, I think it's called. Does it accept borrow? No. Utqiagvik. Utqiagvik. No. Utqiagvik. I think I'm gonna have to forget about that one. But what else do we have? We have Homer. We got Kodiak. We have Unalaska. Do I know any more? I don't think so. So I'm gonna move my camp down there to cover it up, and then I'll continue on with the rest of the states. So hopefully now it doesn't cover up anything, maybe a bit of the southern part here, but yeah. And then I'm just gonna try to go state by state and see how it goes. So maybe I'll do Hawaii also, so it's done. And that's gonna be quick because I don't think I know anything other than Honolulu, unless something like Maui or Oahu or nope. So let's just start in Washington and see. We of course have Seattle and Tacoma, Olympia, Vancouver. Is that in Oregon? Or I think it's in Oregon. No, it's here. Nice. Spokane and Spokane Valley and Walla Walla. But do I know any more? I might, but not on the top of my head. So let's move on to Oregon. I'm not gonna spend too much time on thinking of stuff, and then maybe I'll come back to it if I remember something. So Portland, Salem, Bend, Eugene, I think is one. Yes. But yeah, I mean a lot of the smaller states I'm not gonna know a lot of cities in, so like Idaho also, I know Boise, I know Idaho Falls, and I think already that's it. So I'll move fairly quickly through a lot of states, and then some of the states, some of the big ones, I'm gonna know more cities, and hopefully I'll remember some cool ones also. So Montana, I know a few in Montana. So Helena, of course, the state capital. Billings, I think, is the biggest one. Butte and Missoula. Do I know any more? I would think that I do, but I'm not sure I can remember right now. Bozeman, I think, is one. And I think that's it for Montana. So let's move on to Wyoming here. And we have Cheyenne and Casper. North Dakota is Bismarck, the state capital, Fargo, and South Dakota is Pierre and Sioux Falls. Rapid City, is that in here? Yes. Nice. Nebraska I can take right now. Omaha, Lincoln, yes. So a lot of these I just know a few, but maybe I'll do Nevada next. I know a lot of cities in Nevada. Yes, so what do we have? We can start with Las Vegas and North Las Vegas and Henderson, and then we have Reno and Carson City, of course, and Sparks. Then we have Elko. Do I know more? I am almost certain that I do, but I'm not sure I can remember them. Yeah, I'm gonna say that's it for Nevada. Move on to Utah, where we have Salt Lake City and Ogden and Provo, Colorado, one of the more populous states. We have Denver, Colorado Springs, Aspen, Durango, Aurora, I think that's it for Colorado. Maybe I'll get rid of all of the western states except Texas and California, and then I'll do those where I'm gonna know a lot of cities. So Kansas is here. Topeka, Kansas. Let's try that. Kansas City, Kansas, of course. Overland Park. I don't know if it's Kansas or Missouri. It was here. Great. Wichita is also here. And I'm gonna get Oklahoma next. So we have Oklahoma City and Tulsa. And moving on to Arizona, we have Phoenix, Tucson, Mesa, and then New Mexico is the last one before I go to California. Albuquerque, Santa Fe, Las Cruces, Truth or Consequences. I've always loved that name. A tiny one, but it's something I can remember. But let's go to California now, and yeah, we can start with San Diego in the south and Chula Vista, Calixico, I think. No, I remember because there's Mexicali, and then I would think there's one called California and Mexico. No, okay, maybe I remember wrong. Los Angeles, and a lot of suburbs: Long Beach, Huntington Beach, Santa Ana, Santa Monica, Santa Barbara, San Bernardino, no, apparently not, Riverside, is Orange, Yes, it did work. There might be more, but I wouldn't know. Irvine is also in there. If you move on, Berkeley. Beverly Hills, does that count? Does. Bakersfield. Eugene was not. Oh, that was Oregon, of course. Eureka, I think, is one. In north, yes. San Francisco. And Oakland. And San Jose. And state capital, Sacramento. Palo Alto. Do I know more in California? Fresno, of course. And Solvang, I know because it's that Danish town in California. So it's pretty famous in Denmark. What else do we got? I'm not sure I know anymore. So let's move on to Texas, where I also know a lot of cities. And let's see for this. We have Houston, Dallas, Fort Worth, Arlington, San Antonio, Austin, El Paso, Amarillo, Lubbock, Waco, Wichita Falls. Some of the border towns: Corpus Christi, McAllen, Laredo, Brownsville, Texarkana. I don't know if it's in Arkansas or Texas. It counts. Do I know more? Probably. But I might move on and then just do this strip down. So Minnesota, we have St. Paul, Minneapolis. In Iowa, I know Des Moines and Davenport, I think is in Iowa, yes. Missouri, what do we have here? We have Jefferson City, of course, Kansas City, Missouri, St. Louis. I think that's it for Missouri. So Arkansas, I only know Little Rock here, and Louisiana. We have New Orleans, of course, and Baton Rouge. And that might be it. So, moving on, which state do I want to do next? Maybe Mississippi. What do we have here? We have Jackson. Definitely no more cities in Mississippi, but I can't think of them right now. So Alabama, we have Montgomery, we have Huntsville, Birmingham, Mobile, and shout out, I know that's not a city, but shout out Forrest Gump, Greenbow, Alabama. Yes, let's do Georgia, and then we have Florida next. So this is just Atlanta and Savannah, and then do Florida, where I should also know quite a few. So we have maybe Key West is a good place to start, Miami, Hollywood, Hialeah, Fort Lauderdale, Palm Springs, Cape Coral, Cape Canaveral, is that a city? Canaveral, yes. Fort Myers, St. Petersburg, Tampa, Jacksonville, Tallahassee, Orlando, there's one on this coast I also know, but what is it called? I'm not sure I remember. So let's instead move up along the coast. South Carolina is also a quick state. Columbia and Charleston. North Carolina, where we have Charlotte, Raleigh, Durham, Greensboro, is Windsor. There was one Windsor, don't think it's the one I was thinking about. Windham, is that? No. Windsboro, no, I don't know what I'm thinking about. Let's do Tennessee next, where we have Memphis and Nashville and Knoxville, moving on to Kentucky, and it is Louisville and Frankfort, Lexington, yes, I don't think I know anymore. Let's do Illinois, which is a state where I should know a lot of cities, but I actually don't. Springfield, I mean I could try Springfield in all the states, I think there's like 13 of them in the US, but I'm not gonna do that. Chicago, yeah. Kenosha, is it in Illinois? Oh, it's Wisconsin probably. Athens, is that not here? There was some Athens, but it's not the one. Where's Athens? I'm gonna allow myself to do this. I think it's down here. Then, yeah, it was in Georgia. Don't know why I thought about it with Illinois, but Wisconsin, what do I want to do here? Milwaukee and Madison and Kenosha and Sheboygan and Green Bay, or is that Minnesota? Oh, it is here. Eau Claire. Yes, I think I'm gonna do Michigan here. So then we get Detroit and Lansing, of course. Indiana. We have Indianapolis, shout out to Formula 1, Fort Wayne, and then that's to Ohio, where I also know at least some cities. So we have state capital first, and then the other ones with the city. I always remember them this way. Then we have Toledo, Akron, Gary, no, Dayton, West Gary. Is that Indiana? It is. Any more? I'm not sure, I don't think so. So, trying not to take too long on every state, I'm gonna move on here. Charleston, and I don't know any more in West Virginia. So, Pennsylvania, Erie, Pittsburgh, Harrisburg, Philadelphia, Bethlehem, Allenburg, I think it's called. Allentown, it's called, yes. Scranton, shout out The Office. And I think that's it. I will do Virginia next. So what do we have here? We got Chesapeake, Virginia Beach, Atlantic City, is that? No, that's New Jersey. We have Richmond, and I would think that I knew more, but maybe I don't. I'm pretty sure there are small cities along the coast here, but I wouldn't know what they are. Then I'm just gonna do Washington, like this, and move on to Maryland. Here, where we have Baltimore, Annapolis, Hancock. I know this one because it's the city where there's only very narrow between Pennsylvania and West Virginia, and then Hancock's in the middle. Delaware, I know Dover and Wilmington, and I think that's it. So let's move on to New Jersey, and then New York, Trenton, state capital of course, Newark, Jersey City, Atlantic City I think is here, yes. Let's take New York next. So of course New York City. Wow, that's a big circle. Hampton, I think, on Long Island. No. Is it called Farhampton? No. Okay, I'm not sure what I thought about that. Yonkers, Albany, Mount Vernon, Buffalo, Syracuse, Rochester, Utica, I don't think I know any. Niagara Falls, I think, is in here also. Yes. So, now we are almost through all the states. Vermont, we have Burlington and Montpelier. New Hampshire, we have Concord, Nashua, Manchester, there. Let's do Connecticut. We have Hartford and New Haven, and then Rhode Island. I only know Providence in here, but it also fills up like half the state. So Massachusetts, and then afterwards we'll do Maine as the last one. Boston, Salem. What else do we got? I think there's a Springfield here. Yes. Again, this is one of the states where I definitely know more cities, but I'm not gonna be able to name them. I only know them if I've heard the name and then I'll be like, oh yes, of course. So let's do Maine finally, Augusta and Portland and Buxton, is that one? Yes, shout out Shawshank Redemption. And I think that's it for Maine. So right now I have 211 cities, 73.5 million, which is 28%. I think that's decent. I mean, I'm not American, I don't know a lot of specific weird ones. I only know the ones that I have seen when looking at a map or heard about or something like this. So, but let's see, maybe I can come up with a big more. So I got all the ones over a million, and I even got all the ones over 500,000, which is nice. So that's not a lot of ones I have forgotten, but only less than half of the ones over 100,000. So that's a lot of the ones I don't know. But maybe we can see if I can remember a few more. I think Stockton here. What else do we get that I could have forgotten? South Bend, I think I didn't get that. Indiana. Oh, I know there's one. Ohio one. Between Ohio and Iowa, I think. Yeah. Actually, I should probably have put this on in the beginning, but I didn't. But I got all the capitals I got, of course, in all the states and the District of Columbia. So, do I know any more? I definitely do, but again, it's hard when I have to name them all like this. I know there's one here, it's gonna drive me crazy. I don't think it was that one I thought about, but it works. But I think I'm gonna say that is it. Ohio. Yeah, I only know it because it has like Ohio and then Iowa connected together in the name. Hancock, as I mentioned, was because it's the narrowest point where it is. So I know it of that reason. Solvang, as I mentioned, is like the famous Danish city in the United States. This one I got by accident, I think. It wasn't the one I was thinking of, so maybe it's cheating keeping it, but I don't know. Skagway, I think that's just from history with all the gold stuff, and I mean, now we get to the cities where they are not super common, but I just know them because I've heard of them somewhere, and just not any specific reason. Athens, Illinois, of course, doesn't count as well, because I was trying to name the Athens in Georgia, but it seems like a lot of other people did the same, or at least had heard of it this way. So, but one best state, California, doesn't come as a big surprise. 23 states or cities. Texas 16, Florida 15, and then a big gap after that. Actually, Alaska with 8 and a 9 if you count Utqiagvik, which Barrow, I think it's called Barrow, Alaska. Did it count it here? Utqiagvik, so it's with G, but it took Barrow. So actually now Alaska 9 cities, which is quite funny, and then one in Hawaii. I should probably learn a few more. Hilo, is that one? It is. So 2 cities in Hawaii. But yeah, I think I'm gonna stop it here. 217 cities, 74 million people, and 28% of the population. I think that is decent for a non-American. So thank you for watching, and I'll end the video here. Bye.